Hello and welcome to the All Rookie Podcast. Today is May 5th, 2025, Cinco de Mayo, and we are back with the next season of the 2025 NBA draft class. Ready to get it started for you guys. Gonna talk about the top two prospects today because next week, May 12th, we have the results of the lottery selection. So we will see where each team is picking in the draft. That's a very important day. Some teams will decide who they select based on those lottery selections, the ping pong balls, all that stuff. Some people will take best talent, some will take position. We will see. But for today, my first episode of this class, we're going to dig into Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, the top two prospects in this draft. To me, it's by a clear mile. The third player is very talented, but he's not a sure thing as much as Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper. So, without any further ado, let's get straight to it like it's nothing to it. So happy to be back with you guys. It's been a long off season, uh, but here we are. And like I said, follow me on Twitter at William is Bill. We'll have more episodes coming up soon of the other prospects. Now, let's start with number one, Cooper Flagg. And it's you're gonna be hard pressed to find someone who has Dylan Harper or anyone else ahead of Cooper Flagg. NBA teams were tanking left and right because Cooper Flagg is a game changer. He is a franchise player, and there's no doubt he should be the number one consensus player in this draft class. If you don't know anything about him, let me break it down. Cooper Flagg, the 6'9" forward from Duke. He's 205 pounds, 18 years old. That's right, 18 years old. He classified early, so he really should be going to Duke next season. So NBA players are just getting them at an even younger age. And it's not like they're taking a reach on him. He performed at 18 at Duke. He's not just a prospect. Like, I hope he does this. I project him to do this. He balled out. He averaged 19 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1 block per game. Shot 49% from the field and 37% from three. That is great. All those numbers are tremendous. So let's start off with his size. He has great size at 6'9", but when you think of a 6'9" player, that used to be power forwards that would just get in the post and say, pass me the rock. But no, nowadays these guys are just built different. He can move like a guard, not just like any other 6'9" guy that's in the new age of NBA. He literally moves like a guard and he can jump out of the gym. He's not stiff at all. If you don't know anything about Cooper Flagg, he is a white American player. So the stereotype with that is, they can shoot, but they're not athletic. Cooper Flagg can do it all. So that's what's exciting everyone. He has the size, he's not stiff at all, and he can jump out of the gym and he can run up and down like a guard. Like I said, he can beat his man off the dribble with ease. He can get to the rack or pull up for the J, and he's not soft at all. A lot of European players or white American players are considered soft. Not the case with Cooper Flagg. And really, I'm not a stereotype guy, so I judge everyone case by case scenario because that is very important. But like I said, he's not soft at all. He will dunk all over you. Along with that size, he also can shoot the three. He literally has the total package. The aggression, the shooting ability, along with his size, it's just what every team dreams of. And every team, well, all the contenders for the number one pick, they're just praying every night that they get that first pick. If you don't get the first or second pick, they'll be back in the top five again next year. But he was the National Player of the Year. Like I said, he is in Duke a year early and still won National Player of the Year. He can handle the ball, like I said. He can lead his team down the court on fast breaks, can get to his shot at any time. Like I said, very good shooter as well. He can take it to the left, drive to the right. In a way, I don't want to put too much on him, but he kind of plays like Tracy McGrady. I'm not comparing him to Tracy McGrady, but when you think of Tracy McGrady, you think of a shoe guard with the length, arm span, and just blowing by people dynamic. You see a little bit of that in Cooper Flagg. It's crazy, honestly. He has a nice little spin move when he's in traffic. He can hit you with the hesitation, the fadeaway. He does not need to be set up by a point guard to score. He can score from anywhere, and that's really important. Can you create a bucket on your own? Teams are looking for that, and he can. He's not just a finesse player. He can score in traffic. He can score against contact. He's athletic and also crafty. You can tell he has a very high basketball intelligence. And I think that comes from his mom and dad were both basketball players in college, but he can finish with the left, which is very important. He has a floater, has soft touch when he needs it. He's clutch also. He talks trash out there. He wants the ball when the game is on the line. Cooper Flagg is the real deal. The only issue you could say he might have is he could have problems in the paint in the NBA with his lack of girth, size in that way, lack of real strength. He's not like a brute strength type of guy, but it's no need to worry about that. You look at guys like Kevin Durant, Wembanyama. There's a lot of skinny guys, Chet Holmgren. So that's not going to be a factor in my opinion. This is not the old school NBA. So even if he is getting posted up by some bigger player, teams can work around that. And like I said, he's 18, so he's got a year or two or three. He's going to be as big as anybody wants him to be and still with all this talent. So I just had to mention that because he really doesn't have any weaknesses. He can get to his spot, get to his shot at any time. He has great vision. He's a great team player. Like I said, 4 assists per game. He doesn't have to get 4 assists per game. His job is to score and lead the team and just be the best player. He could be Kobe out there if he wanted to, but he's still getting 4 assists, and he just makes life easier on all of his teammates, but especially the bigs. He gets them easy shots all the time. Makes a lot of great instinctual passes. He will always make the right pass when he's doubled. He doesn't try to force it. And Cooper Flagg is very alert and aware on defense. He gets his hands in the action a lot, creates a lot of deflections and steals. And overall, he is a perfect prospect. 7'1" wingspan, can play the two, the three, the four, and possibly guard twos and threes, some fours in the NBA. He had a 42-point game. A lot of people say he's not going to get those big scoring outings. He's going to get you 20 a game. But no, he had a 42-point game. He could do it all. He can score 15 to 20. He can score 30 to 40. It depends on what you need from him, who you surround him with. And like I said, both his parents played college basketball, so he has that bloodline, has great length, great teammate, great playmaker, good defensive player. That athleticism and size just just makes it a lock right there. Can guard multiple positions, great rebounder. Like I said, he can move. So he can guard, he can score, he can shoot, he can run, has the size. Cooper Flagg, your number one prospect in the 2025 NBA draft. And if you've heard the term capture the flag this year, that is why teams are trying to tank for that number one pick. So right now, I believe the Wizards, the Hornets, and there's one more terrible team out there are praying that they get Cooper Flagg with the first pick, and we will see, like I said, May 12th on the lottery result night. Now, next, my number two prospect. If Cooper Flagg was not in here, he would be the consensus number one prospect, in my opinion. Dylan Harper from Rutgers. He's 6'6", 215 pounds, 19 years old, averaged 19 points, 4.5 boards, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks per game, shot 48% from the field and 33% from three. And that's impressive because Cooper Flagg, like I said, he's 6'9", shot 49% from the field. Dylan Harper, 48% for the field. And he's a 6'6" point guard slash shooting guard. Most point guards' shooting percentage is not as good as the bigger guys because they're just out farther on the court normally. The bigger guys are normally closer to the rim. But like I said, the three-point percentage, 33%, that is solid. That's pretty much average, slightly above average. You want that to be a little bit higher, just to be nitpicky. He could be, it would be scary if his three-point percentage was 37% like Cooper Flagg, it would be scary. It already is scary, but I mean, it would be ridiculously scary if his three-point shooting just improved just a tiny bit, and I am sure that it will. Um, When I first see him on tape, without looking at James Harden's tape, the first thing comes to mind is, wow, this is like a young James Harden. He's super speedy, has tremendous handle, has a plethora of moves, uh, just a big point guard that can do whatever he wants out there on the court. He takes some wild shots sometimes. He's gonna have to work on that. Plays a little one-on-one too much at times. He's gonna have to work on that. I think a lot of that had to do with his team, though, but he is an offensive savant. He is everything you could dream of about an offensive player. When he shoots the three from deep, he kind of has like a push shot. I don't love that. He's making it though, but I don't know if they're going to work on that or not. But it's like when a kid is too little to shoot the 3-point range and he's doing all he can to get it up there. It's a little bit of that in Dylan Harper's 3-point shot from deep. But he just needs to continue to improve from three, get with the right shooting coach, and those percentages go up a little bit. But his change of direction is crazy. He can hit you with the hesitation. He can blow by you at any time because he does have the speed for it. I see some people saying he's not fast. Don't listen to him. That's ridiculous. But his crossover and ability to break down a defender and score is top tier. He has an elite first step, can get by you at any time. He can play the one or the two. If he's gonna play point guard, I would like to see him get more assists. What did I say? Four, yeah, 4 assists per game. That's solid, but you want to see more than that. But like I said, he was on a Rutgers team that didn't even make the tournament. You know what I mean? So you surround him with better players, and he had one great player on his team that we'll be talking about on the next episode. But the rest of the team clearly was not good enough. They didn't make the tournament. And I think those assists will go up. And if he will be solely a point guard or will he be a slash point guard slash shooting guard, we will see. But the talent of Dylan Harper just oozes off the screen. And it really depends on where he lands in the NBA. I hope he gets with the right team. Say the Hornets get the second pick and him with Melo. I don't know if he'll truly be able to be himself in that point guard because they have LaMelo. So, I mean, like I said, it's going to depend on where he goes. Most teams have a great point guard. The the Wizards don't really. I mean, I don't think Bub Carrington is a point guard, but we will see with that. Next week is going to be very important. But uh, will he be the go-to guy on the NBA team? If he's not, will he be able to fill a role as a second pick overall, which he should be no later than second? He should be able to have full control of the team and be able to shoot at will. But we have seen guys drafted this high that have not got that, like Jabari Smith. He came in, he was supposed to be the guy, but Alperen Sengun turned into the guy. And with the Rockets again, Reed Shepherd didn't really play at all much this year. So just because you drafted this high does not mean you will be the guy. If he's not the guy, is he just going to stand in the corner and shoot threes? I don't think that'll be using his full potential. I don't know how that will work for him, but we will see. But he has great touch in the paint. He's a good rebounder. He dribbles like he has the ball on the string. I mean, it's ridiculous what he can do offensively. Um, he can score anywhere at any time, find his teammates for the open shot because he will get doubled. Every time he got doubled, sometimes he would force it, but he will find his open man as well. Like I said, that elite first step, he can hit the step back. He can run the team. That's what a lot of teams are looking for. Um, Offensively, sometimes you may say he looks a little bit like Jalen Green out there, how he shoots and scores in a variety of ways. And Jalen Green is up and down. So I would say I don't see as much up and down with Dylan Harper. But when you see that offensive talent from Jalen Green, it's like, whoa. And his efficiency, playmaking, and shooting is elite. You know, his dad is Ron Harper, the former Cav and Bull, won championships with Jordan. His brother, Ron Harper Jr., almost got drafted. It wasn't because of skill, because he was talented enough to get drafted, but he's killing it in the G League right now and is super talented too. So we talk about Cooper Flagg with the genes and the bloodline. Dylan Harper has it as well. He has a skill and foundation of someone you'd want to draft and mold into a superstar. I know teams will be drooling over him. I hope these two guys land in the best position for them because they can truly change the franchise around. We're seeing the same teams in the lottery every year. I'm tired of it. I know you're tired of it. I know their fan bases are tired of it. I'm in North Carolina, so I'm a Hornets fan. I'm tired of it. We'll see. Of course, we want Cooper Flagg. We never get that number one pick. When we could have got Dwight Howard, we got Emeka Okafor with the second pick. So, um, Anthony Davis, we got instead of him, we got Michael Kidd Gilchrist. So it's been tough for the Hornets, but in this case, if we did get the number two pick, at least it's an elite player. This is a two-tier draft. And a lot of people are excited about this draft. I've probably scouted 18 guys right now. I got to get on the ball and get like 50 more done in the next week or two. But it's not that exciting, guys. I liked last year's class, but they didn't have these elite top two at the top, Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper. They didn't have that at the top. But the depth of last year's class was nice. This class, I'm expecting, okay, Dylan Harper, Cooper Flagg, it's gonna be star, 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 star. No, it drops down after like number four, number five to a bunch of possibles. So we will see with this class. Let's see if I get more enamored by it. How do you feel about this class? Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter, on X, at William is Bill, the comments on the YouTube page. Thank you for all your support, your views, watching. I appreciate it. And until next time, I'm out of here. Peace. Hit me up.